Well, it's all come back together a little bit. There's about 15 riders out ahead by themselves now. Richard Gonendal, the last of the riders in that top group. Francis Moret doing Jean Gadret doing a lot of work on the front as well. The Frenchmen really knowing they have to take the fight to the Belgians, and Sven Nys is really having to work very, very hard to get across the gap. Bart Wellens just being dropped a little bit. His big, tall, rangy Erwin Verwecken. He knows he can't let the man of the hour, or should we say the man of the year, Sven Nys, get away. 3-kilometer course, pretty twisty and turny. Not so bad now that it's all spaced out a little bit. Over the bridge, that's the first time we've seen that. Down the other side, they've been building this course, I say, for a number of weeks. Huge anticipation that they're coming here, but it's not surprising, is it, that the most flags you see around the place are Belgian ones or Flandrian ones. There's Tom Van Oppen, and this happened last year as well. Van Oppen, one of the Belgian squad, really struggles to hang on to the coattails of these big guys when they get going. Nice, followed by Verwecken, followed by Bart Wellens. Well, the Belgians having a real monopoly on this sport these days. Nice to see some other nations coming through, though. We've got riders from Japan, and Great Britain, of course, Spain, Germany. And it's become more and more a sport of extremely fit young men. Very, very fast. There is Nice going through your picture. With Verwecken right on his shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Belgians in the top 10. The long tarmac section. This is where they'll sprint it out towards the end, a bit like they did yesterday in the women's 3-kilometer course. And we're grateful to you if you've joined us from around Europe. It's a pretty early start to see this, isn't it? 5 laps to go then. We're going to take you pretty much all the way through to the end. Expected time of just about an hour for the leading riders, and they're still going like a train, aren't they? Nice gap now being pulled out by the Frenchman. And we saw the Czech rider as well, Simonek. Radomir Simonek wearing number 14, doing a lot of the work. Simonek, a former junior world champion. And now some of the local boys really having to work very hard. Richard Gonendal going to the front of that little group there and trying to pull them back. He knows he's having a very, very tough time already. Francis Moret, the Frenchman who did so much work in last year's World Championships to try and take the fight to the Belgians, doing it again this year. He's a really plucky rider, and now beginning to stretch it right out. They've got about a 3-4 second gap. Moret on the front doing all the work. And just behind him, one of the Czech riders, Kamil Ospera. He's been there or thereabouts for a long time now. Enrico Franzoy, I think, is the rider third. Or is it? No, it's another Czech Republic rider. So Moret trying as hard as he possibly can to keep that pace high. But Sven Nys is getting onto the back of this group. Brave effort, but I'm afraid that gap is being bridged by all the Belgians now. There's Franzoy going through the shot, Jean Gadret. Where is brave Jonathan Page, the man from the United States, who's been really welcomed here terrifically into the European scene, standing around, shaking hands, doing a lot of pressing of the flesh and signing of autographs. It's nice to see the Americans coming in through to cyclo-cross as well. They've got an extremely lively cyclo-cross scene in the United States. My word, look at the fitness of these guys. There goes Page through the shot there. Well, these riders sort of divide their time about 2/3 to being